OpenAI just released a bunch of new models and updates on their dev day, so let's go through them quickly and then jump into Bubble and start building with the new APIs. Okay, first of all, GPT-4 Turbo means faster, it means cheaper, and it also means a huge increase in context. So we've gone from 8,000 tokens to 128K tokens, which means roughly like 300 pages of context you could just push into one single prompt or API call, which is huge for a lot of use cases, right? You don't have to split things into different prompts and all that stuff. GPT-4 Turbo also comes with vision, so we can actually, work with images. The API can see quote unquote images. We have DALL-E in an API and much more. So there's a bunch of stuff. I think this is the thing I'm personally think is a low hanging fruit. Like there's a bunch of stuff you can build with this. Function calling updates. There's a JSON mode, so you can get the API responses in a more reliable JSON format for development purposes. They're introducing logs, which is great. Assistance API retrieval and code interpreter. So this was the big one. You can now build custom assistants in OpenAI. So GPT with custom instructions, they can have access to files, PDF files, and so on. And they can have access to functions like search Google, get the weather, get financial news, whatever you can think about. Stuff like that. What else did we have? A lot of stuff. So yeah, vision, new modalities, DALL-E. And this one, which we'll try, text to speech. So you write something and you have that text generated via a synthetic voice. They have a number of synthetic voices. Here's an example. Let's see if you can hear this. No, because I have output in the wrong. Give me a second. Let's see if you can hear this now.
As the golden sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the tranquil
That's Alloy.
The world seems to hush.
And
a sense of calmness envelops the earth.
Sorry, they have a number of different voices there, or 6 more specifically. We'll be able to fine-tune GPT-4. If you're a huge company with a big budget, you can create custom models. And then overall, we have lower prices. We also had higher rate limits, which is great. OpenAI also allows you to have this, or they make this copyright shield announcement, which is something that Microsoft already has. So OpenAI also has this now. And then yes, Whisper 3, which is again the open source speech recognition model that they have. So yeah, that's it. And it's a very large amount of things, and it's going to change so many use cases are now feasible. And in general, I would say that the development we've seen with these models is that they are getting better, they are getting cheaper exponentially, and the context windows are increasing. I think the context windows will go to infinity. Like pretty soon they're going to be so large that for all intents and purposes you'll be able to give the models any context, and the pricing will go to not to zero, but it'll go down dramatically. And there's also a lot of pressure on companies like OpenAI to decrease pricing and uphold quality and add more features, as the open source community and open source models are also exponentially becoming better, and they're already cheaper. So yeah, this is a race that is going on, and we'll see what happens. All we can know for sure is it's exponential, and I think the world is going to get stranger. Anyway, having said that, let's go into Bubble. What I want to do is I want to start by building with this audio text-to-speech API. So I'm going to go to the reference, and I'm going to go... So this is the API reference from OpenAI, and I'm going to go to audio. And here we have it. So here we can have see the example from the API. So let's go into Bubble and plugins and API connector. And if you don't have the setup already, what you need to do is you need to, where do I have? Yeah, you need to add this. So content type, authorization, application JSON, bearer, and then your API key. This is the 2 H's here for header. Okay, and let's add a new call. So add another call. I'm going to call this audio. It's going to be used as an action. Let's see, what else do we need? So output is going to be an MP3, so we know that already. And then we have the D for data. So I'm going to take all this data here. All right, and we will have a post request. So I'm going to paste the data, and we said it's not going to be JSON, it's going to be a file, right? And then we just need a URL, which is this one. Okay, so if I've done this correctly, if I click initialize now, we should be able to get a file saying this. Okay, so preview. Let's see. It's loading.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
Yes, I'll move my mic here so you can hear it.
Jumped over the lazy dog.
One more time.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
All right. So that's how fast and easy this API is to start using. So let's try with something else. Okay, so Alloy. Let's actually say voice here. And Alloy was the first one, right? But we had a few examples. And then, yeah, let's say text here. You can see where I'm going with this, of course, to text. See, I don't know, maybe ChatGPT has to give me some nice quote. Give me the most famous quote there is. I don't know what that is, but we'll see. This is slow. Give me the most famous quote. Okay. Ah, okay. Let's take it. Not the biggest fan. Doesn't matter. Okay, reinitialize. And preview.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
Yep, there we have it.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
Okay, and so now we have connection with the audio API. I also want to connect with the vision API. So let's see. Okay, let's add another one. Let's call this vision. Vision. It's also going to be an action. It's going to be a post. And I think it shares the URL. Let's say, okay, let's say vision. Vision. My Wi-Fi is slow here for some reason. Some annoying reason. Okay, vision. So it has the same endpoint as the chat completions. And here is the what we need to send. So we need to send a model GPT vision preview, role, user, and the content's gonna have a text part and an image URL part, and that we can pass. So let's look at an example here. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab the entire payload. I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna paste that here, and I'm gonna exchange the oh, here's the real example. I'm gonna exchange the image URL here with this one because I can't be bothered. Image URL. To find a new picture was what I was going to say. Okay. All right. Image URL. So let's see if this works. Oh no, we need an endpoint. So the endpoint is same as for the chat. No. So let's say the chat. And the endpoint is here. Completions. All right, so let's see if this works. No, something with the JSON. I found the fastest way is just not even fizz, but fix. So this is faster than me anyway in finding what error there is. So just give it a second. Thank you very much. Go back here, initialize the call. All right. So this image shows, let's actually look at the raw data. This image shows a serene natural landscape with a wooden boardwalk, yada, yada, yada. I actually never looked at the image. So let's start by looking at it to see if that is what it actually depicts. Ah, yes, perfect. All right, so now we built a connection with the vision part of the API and the audio part. So let's build something interesting here, but let's first make these dynamic. So here we're going to say text. And again, what is this image? What is this image? Or what does it show maybe? And then we're gonna have the URL. So image URL, no, actually image URL. And okay, what colors are on this image? Reinitialize, let's see what we have. It's not the fastest, but again, we're parsing an entire image here. Okay, the image depicts a natural landscape with a diversity of colors. The dominant colors include different shades of green in the vegetation, such as the grass and the trees, blue in the sky with various hues from light near the horizon to a more saturated higher up. I mean, this is exactly what it shows. So I'm really amazed by what the vision will allow us to do. And you can think about use cases here. Anything that relies on images as an information source, you can actually now parse and use as context for prompts and workflow. So you know what actually relies on images? That is a huge data source. Videos, right? Just a huge amount of frames and you have a video. So we can actually use this for video as well, just image by image. So what should we build? Maybe we should build something funny, some joke. Yeah, maybe we can have like, we give an image and there's a joke about the image, something like that. So let's start by, okay, so we're calling this the joke generator, the Joker, it's a better word, Joker. I'm gonna select my favorite font, which is Enter, at least for now. So let me know if you disagree. Okay, 400, let's do a bold. Now this front end stuff, you know, it takes some time, but you can spend as much or as little time as you'd like here. Not as too big, so I'll try to keep it. I will try to keep it sensible. Okay, so we have the Joker, and the Joker will have maybe some instructions, but we need an image. Okay, we need an image. Maybe we can do columns even. So image, no, uploader is what I need. Picture uploader, yes. Okay, and I'm gonna put these two in a group elements in a column container. Great, and now we can put this in the middle. Like so. Okay. And no, let's put it at the top, but let's add some padding. So let's add some padding, like 50 maybe even. And where is the image? Okay, here is the image. Let's give it a border. Let's give it some roundness. Too much roundness. I'm gonna sneeze. I muted, so you didn't have to hear that. Sorry. Okay, anyway, we're gonna upload an image and then we're gonna have a roast. So for the roast, we want the text, or not the roast, the joke. Okay, so let's keep it simple now to keep this video short. And I'm gonna add some spacing in between the elements here. Row grab is maybe 25. This text will also be in the middle, like so. This will also be in the middle. Super simple here, is to show you that we can build stuff fast. Okay, enter. Okay, so let's preview this. Yada. Okay. Let us preview this. So slow. Okay. And OpenAI audio is what I'm going to preview. OpenAI audio. Okay, here we have it. Right. So here's the image uploader, and here is the joke we're gonna have. Oh, I actually didn't put the uploader. That is silly. CSV uploader. Picture uploader. Here we go. Here we go. And let's put this in the middle as well. Let's just have it as it is. So what's happening here? We're gonna say, first I want to know, do we have a space to save the image? So let's say image. Yes, we have image. Okay. And so file uploader, something is happening. Do a condition is true. No, actually, okay. Picture uploader A. Start edit workflow. Value is changed. Then I want to save or create. So create a new thing. Type image, right? Image. And I'm going to set the image to be this picture uploader's value. Now, if I do this, let's actually do this and just try. And let us see. Let's take this image as an example. So okay, click the upload image. Screenshot. It's uploading. There we have it. So what's happened now, if we go to data and image, we can see, yeah, here is the image, right? But I also want to save the URL because that is what we're going to send. So I'm going to create a new field here called URL, and I'm going to say text. And I didn't create that, so URL text create. And in the workflow, we're gonna set the URL as well. Now with Bubble, you don't get the HTTPS, so I'm gonna say HTTPS, boom, and then picture uploaders value URL. So if we do this again, you'll see what I mean. Because if it included the HTTPS now and I added it, then it should be a double. But if it didn't, which it doesn't, then it'll be a proper URL. So let's just wait until this is uploaded. Okay, and let's go check in the data, app data, image. Okay, here we go. And we also have the URL. So we can test this by opening up this URL. Great, so we now have this uploaded. So the next step would be to send this to our API. So let's say audio. OpenAI test audio. Here we are. So text can be, voice can be, oh, sorry, not audio, vision. So vision. So the text is something, but yeah, we should have the, yes, I need to unclick the private and I need to reinitialize to get the API connection working. It's taking a second here. All right, and then save, and then workflow, and then yes. And then now we have, well, I can actually take this picture's values URL, but as you know, I also have to add the HTTPS. So the easiest way for me to do that is just like this. So I didn't actually have to add this to the database, but I think it's much better for if we're building more things than this. So this picture's URL, and this is technically the prompt. So let's just say, based on this image, write a super funny, sarcastic joke, roast style. I mean, this is silly. We'll see what we get out from it. Okay, and then I wanna use the response. So I'm gonna set a state on this page, and I'm just gonna say response, just to show the response we get. And it's gonna be text. Sorry, text. Create, and the value is gonna be result of step 2's choices. I think it's first items, message content. Yes, that is, and we can. I know this because I worked with these before. But if you're unsure, you can see this from the response, where in the JSON payload that you get back, or response, does what you need to use reside. So here we can see choices. It's the first item, it's the message, and it's the content. All right. So confirmed that we did the right thing. Okay. And then the last thing we need to do is set this to showing the state. So OpenAI audio response, and when it's empty, maybe we don't show this at all. So when OpenAI's response is empty, this element is not visible. Okay, so yeah, this should all happen at once now. So let's say, who is a funny or quote unquote guy? So Boris Johnson, he seems like not the smartest person in the world. So let's see if we can roast this guy. Okay, and I'm gonna upload the image here. And now the API, and why is that? Give me a second. Okay, let's actually save it then. So, or actually let's have here instead. Let's have result of step 1's URL. Let's retry. Come on, Boris. Let's add Boris to the mix. Okay, why? What's wrong with the request? So let's see. Here's the request. Here's the image. Now let's see if we can troubleshoot this by adding the request here, reinitialize call. Okay, so this works. Maybe it's something about the, based on this image, where the super. So let's try the exact same here. Is it something with my prompt? No. Sorry, I can't provide that type of content. Okay, it's guardrails. Guardrails in the prompting, meaning we can't roast people like this. Based on this image, write an observation. Let's try this. I didn't want to be so mean that the models would not allow me to do this. So let's try to be nicer. Okay, this works. Now let's redo this. And I am grabbing Boris again, putting him here, and we'll see what we get. This should be an observation, okay? The individual in the image is a man with disheveled blonde hair. He is wearing a dark suit with a white shirt and green tie. He appears to be of middle to older age, and there is a serious or concerned expression to his face. The background is somewhat blurred and dark, likely indicating the focus is on him, and the setting seems to be indoors. All right? So now we have not the Joker, but the observer. So not as, the utility is probably lower, but again, just to show you how to work with the APIs. So what I want to do now, you could probably guess this, I want to go with the audio also, so that we can have this as an audio. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a step in the workflow, and we're going to say audio. Let's go with alloy actually, but the response is going to be, maybe we should save the observation. No, let's not save it. Let's just do result of step 2 visions, choices, first items, message content. Okay, so this is gonna render an MP3 file. So we need a way to play that file. So audio, do I even have MP3? Maybe there's no MP3 player, I don't know. Okay, plugins, add plugin. MP3, audio recorder, no, audio. I don't want to record audio. Audio player. Okay, audio player. Let's install this. For some reason, the plugin store here in Bubble is slow when it renders. I think it renders all the different plugin choices at the same time, and there's so many, so it sort of freezes a little bit. Okay, what do we need here? Elements, custom video player. Okay. Video? No. Audio, okay, good. Good, good, good. Audio. Audio. Give me some audio. Custom audio player is what I want to build. Great. We can have this to be last. Put it in the middle. And what should it play? Come on. Dynamic link. MP3 file link. Okay, so let's actually save this. Now let's see, so let's set a state here that is a, can I set a file? No. If I go here and say add a custom state, can a state be a file? Yes, it can be. State name is mp3, and I'm gonna go to the workflow and I'm gonna set state of the page, and I'm gonna set mp3, and I'm gonna set it to be this URL, and then this file should be the state's URL. I guess. Eval is to file. Eval is to, or should the state be the file? audios, file name. No, it has to be the URL. Let's try. Let us try. So, where is, I can't see this. It should be visible. Maybe it needs a file or something. So let's try this again. Come on, Boris. And we will get the observation about Boris in a second.
The person in the image is a male with light-colored, disheveled hair. He is wearing a dark-colored suit with a white shirt and a patterned tie. The look on his face can be described as serious or contemplative, and his expression suggests he might be in the midst of a significant discussion or event.
All right.
The background is
It
blurred,
works.
drawing focus to the
It
subject's
works.
face.
So
The overall appearance indicates that this individual.
this is
may hold a
autoplay and I
position
can't
where
pause
formal
it.
Attire is expected.
Could
And the
probably.
setting appears to be professional.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So here I can probably set a lot of different options. I would hope anyway. Otherwise it's not that. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. Slider. Okay. This is probably not the best audio player, but you get the point, right? So let's this can be maybe fixed with. So let's do something else. Let's say a rare bird. I mean, again, silly, but okay. Let's try this. Oh, I have to reload. Reload here. It's not the Joker, it's the Observer, but we already know that. Okay, this is interesting because it's a very rare bird with a tiger face. So let's do the tiger face bird. And I'm gonna move my mic to the output, so you'll hear this in a second, as soon as we have the observation about this bird. Okay, let's see.
The image appears to be a digitally altered or edited photo that combines features of a cat and a budgerigar, commonly known as a budgie or parakeet. The creature in the photo has the body and feather pattern of a budgie, but its face has been replaced or merged with features resembling those of a domestic cat.
All right.
Ears,
All right. So we have now built the observer, not the Joker, where we can just drop an image, get an explanation, and get that explanation read up to us with a synthetic voice. So this is the kind of stuff, and again, this is just, something silly and I don't know, 15 minutes, but this is the kind of stuff that these things in combination and these models and endpoints from OpenAI enables. So yeah, I suggest you go right ahead and build out some awesome ideas you have. There's a number of use cases, so yeah, just go ahead, set this up in Bubble or any other no-code platform or with code if you'd like, and just start building. All right, I'll see you soon. And yeah, if you or your team or anyone you know are in need of building a product or maybe an MVP, you can go and check out avalanlabs.co for that. And if nothing else, just subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye.